Hi, it's Spyro at BioRecord.org, and this is a checking it out video for Halo Combat Evolved.
Hi.
Hi. So, Phasma, you are like a Halo geek and whatnot.
As you tell me.
Well, you know lots about the story and such, because
I know
played
the games.
Yeah, but I've played the games, but I know more about 3 onwards. 1 and 2, I'm hazy on a few sort of things, so that's why I brought you along, because I thought you'd be good for this sort of things going on.
Am I getting paid for this?
Yeah, you'll be getting paid for this. Wink.
In what?
I winked. You're not getting paid.
Oh. Can I just disconnect now?
No. So, This game takes place just after Reach, which is, hard for people to understand. That game came out much later. But what it says is they created a really big universe for this.
Yeah.
So, because when this game starts, you've got Cortana talking to Keyes about how, they've just escaped from Reach and all that. So Bungie had all this backstory that they hadn't even got to explaining.
Yeah, so you're dumped partway through the storyline. Or dumped into it partway through the storyline.
And that's quite a good way to go, than to create a story and then go, do you know what, should we do a prequel? Crap, let's write some stuff and make it fit. Well, why don't you write a story and start a bit way into it?
Well, they already had some games in development / maybe even released along the lines of like the Halo series and universe. They were called Marathon.
Oh no, I know.
And they were Macons, yeah. So they already had like a universe created sort of thing.
Yeah, Marathon was a Doom style game, wasn't it?
I've no idea.
Oh, have you not seen any? I've seen the footage of it playing, and it looked a lot like Doom, like the original Doom.
Oh, right. I've just seen the name. I've never really looked otherwise. So kind of with Halo 4 just coming out, I've gone back and played Halo 1 because I thought needs to be done. Go back and play through all of them. If anyone wants to do that, I'd recommend doing it on Anniversary Edition because it's the same awesome fun as the original, but it's got new shiny graphics.
I do want to get Anniversary Edition and do that because
it's very good.
Set all shiny and whatnot. But the weirdest thing about this for me is playing it on PC. So I think Anniversary
I started off playing it on PC.
Well, no, yeah, I'm saying I did, but I've played Halo games for so long now on the Xbox, and I went back to PC, and I'm just there going, okay, these controls are weird, so I remapped all the controls, because I found Combat Evolved is very different to normal, or what we say now are normal PC shooters. Like, I would say that the right click in this is the melee, but it's not on most other games. That's sort of like, alt-fire, zoom. So
I guess, yeah.
Easier, but no, not that that's a fault of the game at all. It's just that's how controls were back then.
Yeah, well, for some games.
No, I find like the elites were harder back in this game. I remember when I
don't know.
I remember when I first played it, I thought they were really hard, and then as the games have gone by, like Halo 3, the game was just a lot easier. It might be because it's console over...
I thought the elites on Halo 4 were more difficult to kill. They seem to move around a lot more often and take more hits.
I don't know much about Halo 4 because I haven't done a lot of the storyline yet, but definitely...
I'm not that far in either, but...
Because when I'm playing with Lance, we only ever seem to do multiplayer. I want to do the actual storyline.
Right, okay, yeah.
Until I get the game myself, But especially on Reach, the elites were harder. They were bigger because they're meant to be, as the name suggests, they're the elites. They're the best fighters in the Covenant. So they were made harder on Reach, which I thought was a bit interesting. But what are your thoughts about Halo the game? You're a massive Guilty Spark fan, aren't you?
I do like Guilty Spark. Wasn't a huge fan of the library level, but it was a challenge, which was good.
Yeah.
Favorite one had to be Silent Cartographer.
I was just about Silent Cartographer. I liked that one.
Yeah, that was my favorite. That was the demo for Halo 1 on PC.
Oh, was it?
So I played that a whole bunch of times before I eventually actually got Halo. But that was always my favourite, and then playing that as Stepfire and the multiplayer was pretty fun. Do sort of 1v1, grab a Banshee, a sniper rifle, and a pistol, and no one could beat you.
Now, this is the second...
I love the architecture in the Forerunner areas.
Oh, like here, the underground bits?
Yeah, I mean, it looks even better in Anniversary. Yeah, I'm just going to keep plugging Anniversary because it looks better.
Oh, it definitely does look better. It's
they don't use. I originally thought it was they were using the Reach engine, but it's not. They've just polished up the original engine, isn't it?
Not exactly. It's a bit of a mixture because it's basically sort of the technology in the Reach engine, but mixed in so that it matches up in terms of like dimensions of maps and the gameplay with Halo 1.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a mixture of both sort of new technology and old gameplay and sizing and so on, because you can switch graphics on the fly.
Yeah.
Between old and
so,
new.
Having a lot of fun there. Elite ran round the corner automatically. Plasma grenade in his leg, blew the fucker up.
Love plasma grenades.
Definitely. But no, on this level, number 2, I was having a lot of fun just driving around with the Warthog, because the problem I've had on most Halo games, when you're the driver, your gunner is crap. The AI of the gunner is never any good. This guy was brilliant. You'll see as I'm running over the people.
Well,
he doesn't
still
do
not great, but it's just like the AI in general is dumber. Whereas I think on newer ones, the AI is better for both the people you're attacking and, say, gunners, but the gunners aren't good enough to match up to the new AI for the Covenant.
So I kind of disagree. The gunner that I had here was brilliant, and in all other games, I've hated the gunners because they're stupid. They don't.
Yeah, but I mean, like when the AI is advanced, they haven't got as good a gunner relative to the Covenant as they do in this one.
Yeah.
Is what I suspect.
Right, but I had a lot of fun just running around, driving over everyone, and he got a couple of shots in every now and again.
I always found the Warthogs in this one to be the most fun.
It's the drift.
I find like the Warthogs and the other vehicles in the other games, I don't really find all that much fun.
The one I've always liked is the Ghost.
Not really a fan.
I like the Ghost, and because obviously with Halo 4 I've been having to play a lot of multiplayer. Any map where there's a Ghost on it, I get that, and I get millions of splat sprees. Do love me a good Ghost.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. It's just kind of... I find it irritating.
The one I always hated was the Mongoose.
Which one's that? That was the quad.
The quad bike, yeah.
That was rubbish.
It's like there's no speed to it, so you can't run anyone over, and the AI who sits on the back of that is always a lot worse than the gunner on here.
Even like the newer Warthogs and so on just don't seem to be quite so much fun.
You mean the Gorshogs, the ones with the rocket launchers and the cannons, yeah. But no, like here, just lots of fun, just driving around, enjoying the scenery, because it's a beautiful game. Even with this sort of graphics, it
looks better than World of Warcraft.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
There.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah. And also the idea of that, this is you're on an artificial structure right now. This isn't a planet. You're on a ring.
Yeah.
And just that idea. I mean, Bungie kind of went. They did something brilliant. No one had done that sort of idea.
What, sci-fi?
Well, not of course people have done sci-fi, but I mean like taking. People have terraformed planets to terraform a man-made structure like this. It was different.
I think I'd say it more along the lines of it was the first sort of, well, quite frankly, decent storyline, sci-fi storyline in a game. Because before this, most sci-fi games were, quite frankly, rubbish.
I'm trying to think of the time.
I mean, you could argue things like Deus Ex and so on, but that's more Cyberpunk and so on. First-person shooters before this weren't really known for their storylines. They were more known for their gameplay.
That I would say had a good storyline.
No.
I mean, you say like Deus Ex, but I agree with you. That's not sci-fi.
Not really a first-person shooter.
No.
And it's not really sci-fi either.
Yeah. So that Deus Ex was a first-person shooter?
Call it kind of slightly RPG-ish as well.
I suppose, yeah. But,
I wouldn't consider it to be like primarily a first-person shooter because it doesn't really, fit first-person shooter.
So, but I mean, I want to get on and play more of it because it's been ages since I've finished playing the game. I stopped after level 2 because I was just getting the capture, and level 3 is the one where you start off with a sniper rifle and you've got to make your way into the ship.
Yeah.
So
Truth and Reconciliation.
And I can't wait for that because I'm fucking awesome with the sniper rifle.